Tensions between the US and Ukraine deepen as the former head of the British Army says the UK and Europe must step up to the plate to guarantee Ukraine's sovereignty.
No healing of tensions between the US and Ukraine as Donald Trump's top diplomat to Kyiv visits President Zelensky. Steve Rosenberg is in Russia and he gauges the mood outside Moscow 3 years after the country went to war, and he gets a nasty shock.
So the police told me that they got a telephone call just now from someone saying there are suspicious people going around town with a camera, meaning us.
The Kremlin believed its so-called special military operation in Ukraine would be over in weeks. Instead, Russia's assault on its neighbor has dragged on for 3 difficult years. So do Russians now believe Donald Trump can help end the fighting? Steve Rosenberg reports from the city of Tver, about 100 miles from Moscow.
The war in Ukraine is hundreds of miles from here. Feels closer. The war hangs over Russia, over Russians. In the background, but ever present. 3 years after Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, war is the new normal. So they seek new recruits to join the fight. But now that Donald Trump is talking to Vladimir Putin, do Russians sense something is changing? Is America pushing for peace on Russia's terms? I think negotiations will help. Tatiana says it gives us hope. Trump is a dark horse. I'm not sure what to expect, Anna tells me. She says she knows many people who went to fight in Ukraine and never came back. Suddenly, the police turn up. They want to know what we're doing here. They ask for statements and they check the car. So the police told me that they got a telephone call just now from someone saying there are suspicious people going around town with a camera, meaning us. They've asked me to write a written explanation about what we're doing here. Gives you an idea of the atmosphere right now. It's getting busy. Russian state TV's here now. We happen to be passing, he says. What's going on? He assures me we have freedom of speech in our country. No one gets in your way. Well, apart from you, I point out. And the police, by our car. 1 hour later, we're free to speak to more people in Tver. Many here are hoping that if the war does end, the Russian economy will improve. Prices are so high now, says Yulia, for the things I need most, like potatoes, onions. I really feel it. But Mikhail doesn't feel that Donald Trump has any strategy for securing peace.
Trump hasn't got any plan, unfortunately. He is an improviser. He doesn't know what he's gonna do. My sympathies are with him. I am glad that he won. But speaking about this particular episode, we are all in the dark, and Trump is in the dark himself.
Russians see the thaw in US-Russian relations. They're waiting to see if it'll bring an end to the fighting. Steve Rosenberg, BBC News, Tver.